Hey guys, how's it going? Well, today I'm going to talk about something really important, and I don't think it gets talked about enough in the van community, and that is this scenario: one breakdown away from being homeless. What does that mean? Um, I think there is a fair amount of people out there that are living the van dwelling lifestyle that are kind of just living paycheck to paycheck and are in financial dire straits to the point where if they break down, if there's a major accident with their car or their van, or they get into a situation where they need a new transmission, or the engine just gives up the ghost for some reason or another, they're homeless. Um, and that's a major factor to consider. If somebody's moving from a house into a van, or apartment into a van, and they wanted to take up the van dwelling lifestyle, I think one of the key factors, not only in making sure you have a van that's ready and built and everything's ready to go, um, but also is to make sure that you're financially able to have a large emergency fund. Um, because if something does happen to your van, you're screwed. And I would hate for that to happen to anybody. Um, so, how much do you need? I would say a minimum amount of money where you can replace your van. Um, Now you don't have to replace it with a $20,000 van. You can buy a $2,000 van if you have to, and get by with that for a while. But I would say the minimum would be about $3,000, because that would, I mean, I'm talking in Canadian terms, so I know it's different for Americans. Their prices are different. Um, but I would say you could buy with $3,000. You could buy a $2,000 van and buy the essentials with the remaining $1,000 that you need to live, like a mattress and some sort of heater and cookware and stuff like that. It's gonna add up and it's gonna cost money. And if everything you owned is in that van, consider how much money it is altogether. Like maybe you have clothes that you need to replace and everything. Like, say if your van got stolen, or you're in a terrible car accident and it caught on fire and it burnt to the ground. Um, Now, insurance might cover some of that, and that would be great. But I still think that you need, if you have a transmission failure, insurance isn't going to cover that. So you need to be. I think it would be very wise to have a large reserve of money in the bank at your disposal in case you have a significant issue come up. Now, for me right now, I'm slowly building up my emergency fund again. I actually haven't had one for a while since I bought my new van, because I spent it all in this van. And so I've got this van, which is worth 10,000, and my old van, which is probably worth about 7,000. And I got to sell that old van to recoup my money and start building up my emergency fund again. Now I do have a couple $1,000, but I definitely want more than that, to feel like I can just have good peace of mind. Um, anyway, so I just wanted to touch base on that and think that it's really important to have an emergency fund. So if you have family and friends you can rely on, or like a credit card you can dip into, then you probably be okay. But if you don't have those things, you really could be homeless, and that's a very scary fact. And I would caution everybody to be aware of that and to take steps to remedy it. There is a guy who makes YouTube videos. His name is Grant Dryden, and he lives in his car, and he recently had his car repossessed. So now he's got to hitchhike back to where his parents live, to try to, have a place to live and stuff. And I can imagine that if he's hitchhiking, he doesn't have a lot of room, a lot of ability to carry his possessions. So basically, if he has a large duffel bag or backpack, that's about it. So it does happen, and you need to be prepared. Anyway, speaking of my old van, no, I haven't sold it yet. I have had a couple of people ask me. I've got a couple things to do with it. There's a small leak in a radiator hose that needs to be addressed before I feel comfortable selling it. And there's also there's a few things I want to finish up with a tongue and groove pine. It's not 100% finished in there, and I kind of just left it when I started this new van. So before I sell it, I want to make sure that those things are all squared away, and the van is totally clean and ready to go for the next owner. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Take care. Have a good night.